need our lead-in music.
They should be able to hear it. We can't.
Like I can hear that. Here, let me go turn the deal off.
Oh, we're in. Hey, sorry. We forgot about the heat. It was cold up here this morning. No, maybe you can hear us without all the noise.
Because it was cold up here.
But it did take the edge off.
Yes, it did.
It's not as cold as it was.
Good morning. We are WRME Live. I'm Carl Mingers. This is Aaron Burns. Episode 208, October 29th, 2021. Can you believe this year is just, well, it's more than 3/4 over.
That is
crazy.
almost over.
We've got Halloween coming up this next week. I don't have to wear a costume. I'm scary enough. So.
Hey, I did last weekend with Christine.
Hey, you know, you've been a Minion for what, a couple years now?
I like my Minion costume.
Oh,
It's
I
so
love it too.
fun.
But have you seen the commercial for the RV place down south of Norman?
No.
He's in a Minion kind of outfit, you know. He looks like a Minion, but it's not a blow-up one like yours.
Right.
It's really cool.
The blow-up one is fun, though.
It's like Matt's
gotta
RV
say.
or whatever down there, and he's on top of an RV dancing around, got his headlight on, you know. It's
I
funny.
got lots of hugs. The little kids like it. Some are scared, though.
All right, man, market is still going nuts.
Crazy.
Okay.
And don't believe the national things you read because they don't know our exact market.
Oh,
like,
they're
even my
nuts.
husband the other day was like, the market's evening out. I'm like, and where did you find that out? He's like, oh, I read. I'm like, mm-hmm.
We thought it was for a little bit,
But
you know, but dang.
they're
it
looking
is-
at everything over the U.S. and then making their, their predictions by that, which all state, even in the same state, different markets.
Oh, yeah. And we have
Very.
so much rural here.
Right.
You know, and metropolitan stuff, it goes quick, you know.
Yes.
It's crazy. Now, I've got some investors selling their properties because they don't, you know, they're afraid of what all's going to happen on
Yes.
capital gains next year.
There's a lot of people worried about that.
I'm 1031 in some properties that I'm just very concerned about the whole tax situation.
Well, I know a lot of our mom and pop owners of investment properties are the most concerned because for them, how are they going to do? They're like overwhelmed.
It
and
shouldn't be
concerned.
too bad for people that have 3 or 4 houses.
Right.
Okay. I mean, it's going to be bad enough. But if you have $1 million in assets or above, yesterday the administration come out and says they're going after the unrealized gains. That means if you've got a bunch of equity and a bunch of capital gain on those properties, they're going to want to tax those, whether you've got the cash flow to cover it or not.
Which think
means you
is-
have to go remortgage it. You know, that's just a money grab, and you know that's not cool.
Well, it's just like them wanting to tax our mileage.
Oh yeah, 8 cents a mile.
8 cents a mile. What average person? I mean, for us that drive regular gas or diesel vehicles, we're already taxed. So that's
Right.
double taxing us.
Well, I guarantee you, my wife drives that electric Jeep. We love it, absolutely love it. But you look at our electric bill, and it's went up a little bit because of the charging
Right.
on the Jeep. But I started looking at all the breakdowns on our electricity. The taxes on our electricity are crazy. They tax everything, and it's just I'm afraid the American folks are just about to get fed up with it.
We're about to be taxed out.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Well, you can't tax yourself into prosperity. It just doesn't work. Never has, never will. All right. Well, I come here today.
But hold on, if you have investment properties and you want to talk to us, have any questions or concern, message, holler at us. We'll be happy to talk to you one-on-one about your concerns
Let us
and on
know.
your properties.
Okay. I want to bitch about title companies a little bit. I mean, dadgum.
And let's just clarify, it's not always the company. Sometimes it's just the location.
Sometimes it's location. Sometimes it's like one of the deals I've got going right now.
Yes.
I bought a house 2 months ago, paid $550 for the abstract to be brought up to date and all that stuff. Okay, the buyer wants a different title company.
Yes.
They won't accept the abstract from the current one, and they expect me to pay another $550. And when I complain to them about it, they say, well, that's how we make our money. This is why I'm not really concerned about how you make your money when I've already paid, and I would understand if it was a Mickey Mouse title company.
Right.
But we got the largest title company in town that brought it up to date 60 days ago, and they're not going to accept that.
Well, the other thing that's frustrating too on that is it was just brought up 2 months ago. So why did it take another month for them to get it brought up again?
Yeah, instead of, and these things, all these investors and all these things come in, well, we can close in 2 weeks. Well, they can't if the title company won't get the stuff lined out.
Not if their title company takes 4 weeks.
Right. Yeah, it's...
So when we talk to y'all about title companies and who you want to use, or if you say, I want this company, and we suggest a different location that's a little bit out of the way, it might be because of experiences we've had with the location that's closest to the house.
But 9 times out of 10, we're going to find out what's best for the
Yes.
buyer on that deal, and if possible, what's best for the buyer and seller. And most of the time, we can achieve that.
Right.
You know,
Sometimes we have to drive a little bit out of the way, but
what irritates
taken
me
care
is to
of.
have to drive to Edmond because on a listing I've got, because all the title work's all done and everything else, but the buyer likes the cookies at the dadgum title company in Edmond, even though the house is in North Norman. It's just silly. Don't do that to your clients. It's just crazy.
or you have to drive to Guthrie, and there's a title company a mile away from the listing in Edmonds.
Yeah. Well, okay. Enough about them. I mean, because I really appreciate our local title company, especially the one that we work with the most, which is Old Republic Title. I'm not going to lie about it. I love them. They take care of me. I do my 1031 exchanges through there. It's just amazing how they take care of me, and I love people. I'm a customer service person. Anybody that knows me knows I love taking care of people, making sure they're happy, and all that stuff. And when a title company does that for me, I reciprocate.
Yes.
I like it. Okay. Well, what else? And you just got back from Las Vegas.
We did. We went for
Yeah.
a week for the convention.
You didn't run around naked on Fremont Street, or
No.
nothing, did you? Okay. Was it a unique experience?
Yes. As always, it was Vegas.
Yeah. Well, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, right?
You're never bored.
That's a unique place. That's one of the few places in the world that you can go and you can be rude to people and you fit right in.
It kind of sucked, the mask. They required mask in all indoor public places.
In all the casinos?
Yes.
With all that dirty air in there already?
Right. We can breathe all the smoke in, but, gotta have a mask on.
Well, what was your takeaways from the conference out there? It was the Weikert
Oh, yeah.
big celebration.
There was lots and lots and lots that they throw at us, as always.
Tons of information, huh?
Yeah. The biggest thing is they reiterated the importance of our presence, how we communicate with our people. Because not everybody...
People buy people
Not
before
everybody, yeah.
they buy the company.
It's less in person anymore with some of it, which is not bad. I have people of all ages, young and old, that I deal with, and each one's different. But I have older people that just rather text and call and don't want to meet unless we're going to
Right.
see the house or whatever. They want to do everything electronically.
I met clients here yesterday. They would not sign the docs electronically, which is fine,
Right.
because they didn't trust it. They didn't feel like they were reading everything on there. No problem. Meet you at the office. Here we go. Went over line by line and took care of it.
And I've had younger clients like that want to sign it in person. They just want to look at it physically, see it, ask questions, and sign it in person.
And sign it with their little
Yes. which is
John
fine.
Henry,
So you
John
can't,
Hancock, right?
They can't say it's an age thing because
Right.
it's very
No, it's not.
it's all over dependent on the preference. So, but it was huge. They talked about communication and the importance. And, you know, some of our states still have the mask and the in-person, you know, still have a bunch of these requirements. So there's agents that still can't meet in person. So we were talking about, you know, one of them talked about the importance of Zoom meetings with clients and, you know, video and stuff like that that we've had to incorporate through all of this. So there was a lot of interesting things brought up about what people have done in different markets to still be able to work. Because as you guys know, we don't close, we don't get paid. So if
That's for sure.
we can't sit home and get paid to work. We got to get these people, our
We
clients,
have to have
the
transactions,
closing. Yes.
transacting. Okay. That's been one of the good things. That's how I've made my money this last year is, you know, by buying the houses that, you know, rescuing somebody or
Right.
whatever. But I have to come to the office, do all my data work. You know, there's certain things you just can't do at home. Not as
Right.
easy as I can do at the office.
Well, and you're at home. I can work, but at the same time in my mind, because I'm at home,
I can't.
I got like 5 other things I know I need to do too.
Right. Well,
So it's harder to concentrate on exactly what you're
I
doing.
have
Bless
a
the people
farm,
that
and
can.
you know, I got like 5 toolboxes full of tools, and I got so much other stuff to tinker on. I have a list of projects that fills a complete, you know, legal pad.
Right.
And I'm just checking them off one after the other. You know, I took quite a while off during the COVID deal just because I couldn't do anything. You know, I was down and out. You know, that's no longer the case. I'm back in the saddle, I guess you could say. You know. Government sure isn't going to take care of me, so I got to do it myself. So. I did get that check for $25 from Social Security. Man.
High rolling. But the other thing we're talking about is how we do stuff different from our listing presentations
Right.
to our buyer consultants and stuff like that. So we're really about connecting, and they've updated some of our stuff for us, which is awesome. So they've brought us up to where we need to be on some of this, which
That
is great.
CRM is so powerful.
Yes.
It's intimidating because it's so powerful.
I made a really good connection with a guy in Tennessee that's all he does now. That's his job in their office.
Is that the
Yes. And so I learned a lot.
cool?
I
Well, that's why,
still don't fully
that's why we
understand
spend the
it.
money to go to places
So,
like that. Learn
I
these
got to
things.
learn some other spots, but I've learned some stuff to help us a little better, I think,
Good.
hopefully.
Looking forward to it. Well, I think we've probably rambled on long enough.
Probably.
Dadgum. Man, enjoy the wind while you can. It's going away. We're supposed to have a beautiful weekend this
I
weekend.
hope so.
It probably one of the last ones we're going to have for a while. So get out and do something fun this weekend. I'm certainly going to try to do that. I'm going to put out some signs and go look at a few properties. And I think we're going to a pumpkin chunking contest, you know, to watch
Nice.
that. So get out and do
If
something.
you're trick-or-treating, be safe and have fun.
Yeah. All right. We're Weichert Realtors Main Edge, where we do real life, real world real estate every